history of Harbor Church begins 2,000 years ago. It all started with John the Baptist. When he met Jesus, he introduced one of his followers, Andrew, to the Messiah, the Lamb of God. Andrew brought his friend Simon Peter. Peter followed Jesus for 3 years. He watched his friend willingly take accusations and abuse, then lay down his life on the cross and rise triumphantly from the grave. After Jesus ascended into heaven, Peter preached to 3,000 pilgrims in Jerusalem at Pentecost. Some of those new believers went home to Antioch and planted a church. The Church of Antioch discipled Paul and Barnabas and sent them to plant churches across the Roman Empire. The church in Rome sent a missionary named Augustine to England to launch a church there. 1,000 years later, a group of Christians in England called the Puritans sailed across the Atlantic to settle in Massachusetts. They planted churches across New England. In 1820, these churches sent a team of people to sail all the way around South America to the most geographically isolated islands in the world, Hawaii. They planted churches across the islands and launched a movement that led to 90% of the population of Hawaii attending church every Sunday. 100 years later, a missionary in India named Paul Versluis came to Hawaii and saw that things had changed dramatically. Less than 10% of the population was now Christian. Pastor Paul decided to stay, and he planted a church in Kailua called Faith Baptist Church. Faith Baptist grew, and Pastor Brad Barshaw took over. He sent a team to Salt Lake to plant Faith Christian Fellowship. Then he sent another team to Hawaii Kai to plant Harbor Church. 4 families, the Dirks, Kawaguchis, Lims, and Jones, launched the church in 2005. Harbor Church began planting community groups across the island, and soon moved Sunday services to Kaimuki to be more centrally located. Harbor saw a need for more gospel-centered churches on the island, so we began working to plant churches on the North Shore, the West Side, across the islands, and around the world. Today, Harbor Church is a place where Jesus equips small boats to cross big oceans. Join us on the voyage.